Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be discussing and talking about the tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas and finding out everything that we need to know regarding Kansas and the outbreak. It's probably one of the biggest and largest outbreaks the United States has ever seen in terms of tuberculosis and its cases. Why it is important and why it is significant? Because I uploaded my pandemic video the same day, and I recorded it the night before, the night going into the same day, which means that the tuberculosis outbreak was ongoing, but wasn't reported until the day that that video was posted and released. I'll put the link to that video in the description below, but what's important about that video is I talked about there are going to be two viruses that's going to be the key high notes and the key highlights of the United States, and the United States will go through two more diseases besides COVID. I'm not so confident in bird flu. I have talked about bird flu and the information regarding the bird flu. Bird flu could be one of those viruses. There's also a plausibility and a possibility that the United States could experience two more diseases. So that means that while we already have the tuberculosis, we're going to find out the tuberculosis is classified according to the tarot cards, and when they said two major diseases are going to hit the United States that are known at the time. Whether or not that is accounted for tuberculosis and bird flu, I assume not, because it said at the time, and it said that two new ones. Bird flu has been around in the United States for quite some time. It has been in the news and airway, which tells me it's probably going to be something other than bird flu. But we're going to take a quick look and kind of take a deep, quick dive and kind of understand what's going on with tuberculosis and going on in Kansas and see what's comes up for us. We'll go from there. This is going to be a short video because I feel like a lot of you guys don't like a lot of the medical videos, so I'm not going to make this too long. But this video is being recorded on Monday, February 3rd, 2025 at 12:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm making two more videos after this, so this video is going to be a little short, but I just got done recording a video on what the hell happened with the planes and why they keep crashing and stuff like that. So go ahead and watch those videos. If you have not watched my other videos before that, go and do so. A lot of you guys have not watched a lot of my videos, so definitely go and watch those videos. Even if they don't interest you, I guarantee you're going to like them. But also, nonetheless, every video is connected to one another. So I do this in a way in which you guys can understand how the story unfolds and each one flows into the next. Like an episode, like a TV series. But it's just the TV series, you actually have more episodes in this TV show than you have in any other TV show or series. Unless you're watching General Hospital, then that won't have more. But anyway, besides the point, you get the gist here. If you want to help engage the channel, you want to help the channel grow, I highly recommend you do so by engaging with the content, by watching this video longer than you normally watch my videos, liking, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and even commenting in the comment section below. All those help the algorithm and also help the YouTube channel and the video, and also tell the algorithm, hey, I like his content, show me more, show me other tarot card videos, and show me other astrologies as well. So it helps you, helps me, helps everybody. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only. And if you want to follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group, you can go into the comment section below and you can find it, and you can be notified when I do post and upload. Plus, you have a direct line and connection to me. My personal readings are not open right now, so if you want personal readings, I am not doing personal readings at this point in time. So if anyone asks you or pretends to be me, I don't do personal readings, nor do I ask you for money. And speaking of not asking you guys for money, I have turned off super chats and donation. I want you guys to take that money and be able to help yourself along the way. The way we help the channel is by allowing you to be able to help you. So take the money that you would normally donate to the channel and use that to get food on the table, whether that is for more spiritual stuff like crystals or sage, whatever it is. Just help yourself out. Listen, I'll be okay. But thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. But I want you to make sure that you are safe, that you are protected, and that you can be able to move ahead with the life that you have. All right, without further ado, let's begin. I'm not going to waste your time. It's a little bit longer of an intro. All right, so spirits and angels, tell me. Tell me about tuberculosis and the tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas. What's going on there? Can I use this? Then tell me to put it back in. All right, so spirits and angels, tell me what's going on with tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas. What's going on in the tuberculosis outbreak? What is going on with the tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas? Okay. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. Okay. Okay. And if this, well, we'll actually act at the second part of the reading. Here we have the King of Cups, which means calmness in the midst of chaos. Right? This feels like this is the hospital, like the healthcare system. And we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9 of Cups. Arising ignorance, not paying attention. And here we have the Tower card. So not paying attention to the tower, which is behind you, and here the Chariot, the ambulance. So I feel like, in a way, what it is telling me here, that actually tuberculosis is actually going to be taken seriously. So why is this important and why is that significant? Why is it significant that tuberculosis is going to be taken seriously? There's two different avenues in way this can go. This can go, well, they take it seriously, they don't do a COVID repeat, they take it seriously and they combat it right then and there, and it basically gets disintegrated, excuse me, the proper word, whatever, I can't speak right now. My tongue just does not work. But you get my point. It just kind of like, its power and its influence kind of wanes for the tuberculosis outbreak. The other outbreak is, well, the other perspective is, well, it goes rampant and it goes unchecked and it becomes forced to be taken seriously, then things start getting moving, things start happening, things will start happening. So there's two ways. We can either handle this quick right then and there, or it gets expanded and it goes nationwide, even worldwide, tuberculosis outbreak, and then it causes major problems in the United States and also globally. We'll take a look and see what's going on. Again, this is from Kansas, okay? Everybody knows what's goes on in Kansas. Okay, so the first two cards that came out, well, the first one was really the Sun card. I guess this card represents tuberculosis. I don't know nothing about tuberculosis except the word tuberculosis. That's as much as I know about the disease. This is the Sun card. It's a challenge to the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a challenge. It's a rewarding card. It's a card of celebration, happiness. You can see that in the card, people dancing. But it feels like it's an illness that is normally contracted in the forest. Now, again, this is just my intuition. I don't know anything about the disease. I'm just telling you what I get. It feels like this is a disease that is normally contracted from the wilderness. And it feels like these are people who are not paying attention to the things that they're eating, or like it's like via contractable via bacteria in the water, or even in the meat that they're eating, like the animal, the stuff. Like it feels very parasitic. It's kind of like what it feels like. I don't know if that's true or not, but like that's what I'm getting. Actually, I should look that up and see what tuberculosis even is, because I have no idea. Um, let's go and take a look and see what tuberculosis is. Okay, what is tuberculosis? Okay. Okay, so what exactly causes tuberculosis? Tuberculosis is caused by a bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. People with active tuberculosis disease in the lungs or voice box can spread the disease. They carry tiny droplets that carry the bacteria through the air. Interesting. Okay, so it could be fatal if it's left untreated, which makes a lot of sense because in my pandemic video, I talked about how I kept seeing a droplet being one of the major diseases. Now, I talked about the other video in bird flu. The bird flu is also transmissible via droplet, but it feels more than anything, it feels like tuberculosis seems to be the one that I would say is more likely than the bird flu. And the reason for that is it's not particularly because bird flu is not as dangerous. Bird flu is dangerous, but tuberculosis is more dangerous, particularly because it came out right when I posted the video, which tells me already that tuberculosis is the reason why my intuition was telling me to make the video and get it out as soon as possible. I would probably say, based on that assumption alone, tuberculosis was probably represented in that reading more so than bird flu. Okay, going back, and we'll see if that is true or not at the end of the video. But we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is all about that great fortune, great success. I feel that if tuberculosis gets out of control, it's going to be a really good success for the disease to stop. It's going to be really good at spreading far and rapidly, which is why we have the Knight of Wands. Someone come in to try and fix the issue, but by the time they realize it, they're already contracting it, and they're already bringing it to more places, more different areas. Here we have a lot of closing down of things. Things are going to be forced to start happening. Things start to take rapid form, rapid shape. This is things like strike down, like things start to be shut down because of these wands here. They're coming down into the ground, like something being from the sky going straight down. Now, this could also be indicative of the droplets as well. Like, this is how it gets transmissions and how it transmission. So even if we don't have lockdowns or anything like that, or quarantines or whatever, this could just be indicative of droplets, which is falling from the sky and heading downward in a downward spiral. You can kind of see that here, like going downwards. I don't know why I can't speak English today, so I do apologize to all of you guys. Here, the next card is we have the Page of Swords. Now, this is a card that comes to me as like a vaccine card. This is why I think it's very significant. I think this disease might be a lot bigger than all of us anticipate because the vaccine card comes in. The vaccine card comes up in a few times when I read on COVID, which tells me that this actually could be a bigger thing than what we are expecting right now. So I would probably say the Page of Swords is indicative of the vaccine, which is that vaccine card for me. It's always been that card. Now, going back to the reading, we have here something from the past. Right now, what is reversed? It means going towards the future. It's reversed here. It means upright. So it means that it's going towards the past. So something from the past regarding the vaccine will come back into focus. Something coming back into focus. Maybe it might just be indicative of what we went through in 2020. It might be a repeat. Now, I said in my previous video, when I talked about 45 and his new term as president, we talked about how it's going to be a continuation of where we left off. It's like a TV show kind of thing. We have a cliffhanger. We didn't get any episodes for 4 years. And then now we just picked up exactly where we left off. It kind of seems like that. I would not be surprised if a pandemic starts at the beginning of his presidency and kind of continues throughout the rest because we never got to see how he would have handled COVID. So we're going to see how he would handle this new disease. We'll see what happens. But that's what I was saying in my video. Here we have the Page of Cups in reverse. Is it what I think it is? And it's a card that kind of feels like there is wishful thinking. I feel like in a way, spirit, is this of light consciousness? What is this? They're telling me this means high probability, not wishful thinking, but more of high probability of something occurring. So yeah, I do think that, tuberculosis based on how it's handled now will be indicative of what happens later on. So I guess we'll do a couple videos on tuberculosis and kind of touch upon it as the months go by, but we'll see how fast it spreads. Underneath the Three of Cups, though, celebration crossed by the reveal card or the disease card, which is represented here at the sun for tuberculosis, we have the Empress, with a woman, the female. This has to do with something that came from the wilderness. I feel like this is further amplified in rural areas. I feel like rural areas might be heavily affected than those in the city. That's what it feels like. I feel like rural areas, rural states will have bigger tuberculosis outbreaks than states that are more healthcare focused, more resource focused. It could also be as well, maybe there's states where people who are more access to healthcare in like the cities may not experience the tuberculosis outbreak as much as somebody within the rural areas because maybe they don't have as much resources that they need in order to combat this. That's what the Emperor's card is indicating. Underneath the Nine of Pentacles, though, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which means money or funding. I feel that somebody's going to be given money to start something. There's money to start something in terms of tuberculosis. I wonder if this has to do with the vaccine. Maybe money is given to jumpstart a vaccine or finding a vaccine. But it feels like in a way they do have the vaccine for the old strand. But by the time that this comes into focus, I feel like tuberculosis evolves so much that they need a new vaccine to combat the new strand. That's what it feels like. Going back to the reading, we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody leaving their post. They're leaving their post. Right, this is the Knight of Wands. This is the King of Swords reverse, which is the incumbent in reverse. Well, tell me, I do feel like if this was to go Outbreak, I feel like 45 himself would have tuberculosis. Like he would get it. Like That's what it feels like. He's leaving his post because he gets tuberculosis. Yeah, in some way, like he's ignorant, and it happens to him too. Kind of like what happened with COVID. Here we have four of pentacles means holding on. I don't think a lot of places will hold on. I think a lot of places, if this was to play out, this is the long-term effect. Like what happens if we don't do anything? Well, we're going to take a look and read this again and see what's going to happen if it does get handled pretty quickly, and what would that look like. But this is saying here, this is like what if nothing gets done? Kind of like the similar way that 45 handled it back during COVID. We have here, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is reversed. Well, telling me a lot of places won't be able to hold on for long. I feel like a lot of places that were injured, so to speak, by COVID would be further injured by this. And they actually, a lot of them, I do feel a lot of them will actually go out of business because I feel like they just got done recovering after 4 years. And they just got their mojo back. And they don't have enough supply or income in order to withstand another one. That's what it feels like. And here, even though the page of stories is upright and it indicates a vaccine on the horizon, we have here the reverse Queen of Swords, which tells me instability, not something on the horizon at the moment. This is a woman who is sitting on her chair, sitting on her throne, with that same sword and being strong and efficient to fight the disease. I feel like there's two outcomes here. If they have a vaccine and come out with it, it's not going to be something I would trust to put in my body. Again, this is just for life purposes only and for entertainment purposes only. But I feel like it's not effective at all. It did not work to fight tuberculosis. The other aspect to this is that they may try, but they fail at getting a vaccine. There are two outcomes to this. So that's what I'm getting. This is the outcome if, God forbid, something does not get done with tuberculosis. This is the outcome of what I see within the United States and globally, but it kind of seems more United States focused. It seems to be, like I said before in my pandemic video, if you have not watched it, go watch it in the description below, plus my 2 bird flu videos. But I essentially say that it feels like the United States is going to be the epicenter of the disease, and then it will spread globally from there. But the United States itself is the epicenter of the disease. So, I'll be that surprised. I mean, really. Anyway, let's go back and let's read this from a different perspective. Let's start reading this from what happens if they do handle this and how it would play out. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups here, which is indicative of saying that there's a celebration. There is a continuation of people coming together to realize, okay, this tuberculosis disease is effective. The vaccine itself can heal tuberculosis disease. It can be effective, and it slows the spread, which is very strong because it allows for proper funding. And I feel like this feels like from philanthropists more so than the actual government. I feel like this is more philanthropy. People start donating money to try and stop the disease before it starts to go outbreak, which means that they're going to make more and reproduce more of that vaccine that is effective against the current strain in Kansas. Here we have the Knight of Wands. 45 goes and visits Kansas. It feels like 45 is visiting, or maybe someone from his administration is visiting Kansas, or visiting the outbreak site, wherever that is. Here we have something raining down. This feels like lies to me. It feels like lies. Because we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands here. It feels like miscommunication. It feels like lying to people about certain things that are happening, certain things that were going on within the government or within Kansas and what's happening. I feel like there's mistruth. I feel like miscommunication in some way. Here you have the Page of Swords. I think it's a lie about the vaccine. There's something with the vaccine that there's a lie about. Now, we all know what that could possibly be. It could also be that, like I said, I don't really trust if there was a vaccine, I wouldn't put it in my body. I feel like it's rushed or it's ineffective. Whatever this new vaccine is, it doesn't feel effective. I do think, however, if this was a contained outbreak, again, I mean, I'm not responsible for anything you do outside of this video. All videos just for entertainment purposes only and the life purposes only. But I do feel like if the strain is contained within Kansas, the vaccine that they currently have to fight tuberculosis is effective, and that won't be the vaccine that I would trust. However, whatever vaccine they have here, I would not trust because it feels like I'm getting Elon Musk type energy. I would not trust whatever that is. So that's the Page of Swords. Here we have going back to the past, remembering what happened during COVID and trying not to have a repeat. That's why you have all these flowers here, trying to bloom into a new outcome, a new future, right? Here we have the Emperor's card. Now, the Emperor's card is indicative of the healthcare system and the healthcare system within the United States. This is important because I'm getting the energy that with Pluto return and everything going on with the United States and major collapses, this could be a thing that could collapse the healthcare industry and the healthcare system in general. And here it's represented here at the Empress. Right? Somebody coming in, trying to make the difference. It feels like people are no longer reliant on healthcare anymore because they're unable to get the help they need, so they find other avenues in order to do it. I wonder if they start going more holistic, more herbal, more Chinese medicine in that aspect to combat the prices, asinine prices that you're going to start to see over the next 4 years of the 45th presidency. Now, underneath the Nine of Pentacles here, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles means giving towards something, giving something here, which means that the healthcare industry will have to give something up. Maybe possibly they may make vaccines free in order to get people to start going back into the industry again. The thing is, I don't really have confidence in that ability anymore. I don't really think that they're going to be as effective the way they were in 2020. Here we have the Knight of Wands and then the King of Swords reversed. And the King of Swords reversed. The first card I'm getting here, the first one I'm getting is RFK Jr. He's coming in here. And I feel like a lot of people don't trust whatever's going on in the healthcare industry and what's being handed to them because of everything RFK is doing. Whatever RFK is doing, the public does not trust it. With the lies about what things going on and things being miscommunicated, misfortune, I feel like either way, I feel like now that I'm getting it, I feel like either way, the outcome is still not continued. I feel like because of the lie that's being told here in the this deck, these cards here, was followed by the vaccine in 45 going to the site or whatever. I don't know if that's actually 45. It might just be somebody from his administration, but I feel like because of the lie, it still ends up in a pandemic or an epidemic of some type. There is a lack of containment, an inability to hold on in terms of the tuberculosis outbreak. I do think that it looks like, regardless of the outcome, it looks like it's spreading either way. Now that I'm starting to read this, it looks like it spreads either way. Like I feel like, yeah. And here you have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is, they're not taking it seriously. This is the Queen of Swords here. I don't think they're taking it seriously now. That's why it makes sense. People, the healthcare system. I feel like this is too. Now that I'm starting to realize it, I think it feels like it's given two plausible outcomes, but almost similar out. It gave me two possible paths, but very closely different ways that it could happen. But it looks very close. It almost looks like it's starting. I would probably say I would put this around 87.996% likelihood chance of this occurring. But either way, we can go either one way, we can go the other way. But either way, the option is it feels like this is something that can be bigger than we are actually having now. It might not be a pandemic, where globally it might just be an epidemic. And here we have the Page of Cups. And this is the fish card reverse. And again, that card to me is telling me here, not wishful thinking. It's like a high probability of something occurring. Which makes sense that my guys told me that, because even when I read it from a different perspective, it still had the same outcome. Because you have here ignorance, right? Ignorance, you're looking ahead, you're not realizing what's behind you. You have the Tower card behind you, and here you have the Ambulance. Ambulance represented as the Chariot card. And what's behind the Chariot? We have the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands, spiritual, and you have here the King fall. So I feel like in a way, it feels like to me that, 45 will get tuberculosis. It feels like it's almost like that is something that's going to happen. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only, but I do feel like he is going to get sick and a female type energy will have to go in. Now, I don't know if that is, I don't feel confident that it's Harris at this point. It could be represented as Vance. Now, here's why, and I think it makes a lot of sense why Vance is represented as a female, because, well, he used to dress up as trans. That could be why. We might not know about it, but that could be why we all got confused and why it kept coming in male and female, because, he could be, somebody who, not trans, maybe drag. Maybe drag, that's the proper word, drag. Maybe he dressed up in drag is the proper word that I meant to use, not trans. Two very different meanings. But I would not be surprised if that is why we saw female and it's actually Vance. He could also just be simply that he represents the female energy and he represents the feminine. because, he wears eyeliner. I don't know if you guys see that, but he wears eyeliner. Not that it makes it feminine, but in his aspect, he looks and appears more feminine than those who don't. Okay, so I'm going to move this light because it feels like it's making me look too white. Anyway, besides the point, let's go and take a look now that we talked about tuberculosis. Let's go and see whether or not that is going to be one of the diseases that I saw within the United States that could cause an epidemic or a pandemic. I think we kind of already see where this is going, but there's that. So Spirit Angels tell me the day that I uploaded a video with the pandemic, and then the tuberculosis outbreak was declared official in the state of Kansas the same day, hours apart. I talked about a droplet. Tuberculosis is transferred through droplets. How confident in your ability to say that tuberculosis is likely to be one of those diseases that I talked about in that video? How likely is tuberculosis one of those diseases? Find an outcome card. The bottom of the card here we have the Queen of Swords reverse. And the top of the card here we have generations, experiences. I feel like there are two outcomes here. I feel like it's uncertain at this point in time. I feel like there's just something that's still ongoing. I feel like this is not set in stone, and it could very well change. So I'm going to say, based on this reading, I will say probably like roughly around like a 51.25%. It's kind of like how confident I am now based on what I'm getting in these cards acting, whether or not it's represented in that tarot card reading, is saying about 51.25% that this is the disease that it was referring to. Because we have here, we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. The Three of Pentacles is reversed. It's indicating to me specifically that, hey, listen, okay, even though I know we're talking about the tuberculosis and the outbreak going on with tuberculosis, because of the Three of Pentacles reversed, it's telling me things are not written down. I feel like it's not, and I want to make sure I'm speaking clearly because I'm not speaking clearly. The Three of Pentacles is telling me two things. One, no. Other one is it could, but we won't know about it. Like it's almost like it's hidden. It's not really like revealed. It's held back. Information being held back. Which is the Four of Pentacles, and then we have here someone not walking away from that or not trying to run away from it. It's almost feel like it's hidden. So I feel like in a way, if we're asking whether or not it's going to be declared a pandemic or an epidemic, I don't really know. I don't really feel confident in that because it feels like it's going to be hidden. Like, it doesn't mean that it's going to be hidden in a way like, oh, but there's a pandemic, epidemic. They may blame me on something else and may not say, oh, no, there's no pandemic, there's no epidemic. Don't worry about it. Nothing to look at, nothing to see, nothing to, pay attention to. Kind of feels like that type of energy. It feels like they don't want you to look at something. And it feels like, to me, more than anything, it feels like it's just hidden. So even if it was an epidemic or a pandemic, we probably won't be told it. And that could be why the cards are saying what they're saying. So I want you to take that with a grain of salt, and I want you to make sure you grapple with that idea that, listen, we could undergo a pandemic or an epidemic, but we might not be told because we withdrew from who. So therefore, we won't even know if there is a pandemic or an epidemic. We might not even be told. So I want you to make sure you know that officially, which is why it felt very strongly in the first part of the reading, but towards the end, it started to say 51.25, which tells me that there might be something with miscommunication. We saw that earlier in today's video. We talked about miscommunication and how, there's lies about something. Maybe it's lies about the vaccine. Maybe it's lies about the virus itself and how it spread. We don't know yet, but we'll see how that plays out. Underneath the Three of Pentacles, though, reverse, we have it amplified by the Five of Swords, which means walking away and coming victorious, but at what cost? Right? Underneath the Four of Pentacles here, we have Two of Cups, which means agreement between the people and the media. I actually do think, now that I'm thinking about this, I think that if there was a pandemic, we won't be told about it. Now that I'm getting that in the cards, and it officially seems to be certain, I do think that if something was to happen, we won't get told. It just go zero. Here we have the Chariot card reverse. This is the ambulance reverse. I feel like they're going to start rejecting people from getting the help they need in order to be able to push the narrative, oh, nothing's wrong, nothing's happening. You know what I mean? I do feel like they're going to be neglecting the healthcare system, what could be indicative of why people turn to, herbs and stuff like that, Chinese medicine. that could explain what I said earlier, how I kept seeing a shift from the healthcare industry to Chinese medicine, more going to an herbal approach to healing things rather than just relying heavily on the pharmaceutical companies and the healthcare industry. That could be because of 45 and him telling them not to do anything to make it look and appear as if nothing's going on globally and even within the United States. So people start shifting to other areas in order to do something, to be able to heal themselves. Here we have the 10 of Pentacles, with the kind of the card, it feels like past experiences, passing down wisdom from one to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation, was telling me that this feels like, if anything, it feels like this could be multiple generations up to Jesus. This could also be as well, it could be indicative of experiences that we had back in 2020, and the next generation is going to experience a pandemic. And here we have the bottom of the card represented the Queen of Swords. It tells me lack of vaccine, ignorance, lack of ignorance here. Well, there is an ignorance here. But here we have the Knight of Swords, someone not coming in smoothly. Something would have to be shown on the light. Light would have to be shown in the darkness, and it will be the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords would come through, and it's only going to come through foreign, not domestic. So something has to be shown through what's going on in the United States from foreign adversaries, telling, hey, listen, you guys, you have an actual pandemic. You actually have a disease outbreak. And we won't really find out from the media. We'll find out from other people from outside the country. So that's kind of like where we would find all that information. So I don't know why I'm so white or why it's light and terrible. But anyway, besides the point, that's what I'm getting for tuberculosis. Stay safe, be careful. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you do think. I feel more confident that there seems to be more of that disease than bird flu. I feel like bird flu is kind of like the off-brand, like behind-the-scenes disease, but I feel like tuberculosis is more taking center stage, more specifically, than bird flu. I think, and this is not my bias or opinion at all, I just find it really interesting how Spirit made me do the video, and a couple hours later, it was announced on live on like the news outlets and whatever that we had a tuberculosis outbreak, a major one in Kansas, the same day that it was uploaded. So I find that to be interesting. You let me know what you guys think. Anyway, guys, I love you. Have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, peace out.